And everybody see the PowerPoint?
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. So let's jump right in. This year, I was so excited when I heard them announce that you can earn
Hey,
two.
Nicole, did you hit record?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's good. I forgot it last like 3 times, so I got it this time. I was so excited when they announced that essentially 2 trips for one, right? Because if you're running for Cabo, you're automatically going to earn convention. You're going to get your ticket, your gala ticket, as well as 3 nights stay, which is huge. Um, so I was really excited to see that they put that in the Path to Paradise first 3 steps. I think is an amazing opportunity for so many people to get there. Because I know for a lot of people that, cost is just something that's always on our minds. So what a great opportunity. The first thing I'd like to talk about is who do you want to travel with? Kind of put that in the back of your mind because when I think of that, and the first few people that I ever invited to Amari, they were definitely people I wanted to travel with. Sometimes we get upset when people say no or not yet, and maybe just think to yourself, would I want to travel with them anyway? All right. Do you guys want to say anything before I move along? Am I still here?
Oh, you're talking to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Taking a photo. No, I think this is awesome.
Perfect. So, step one, we've gone over a few examples and things like that, but I think we thought it might be best, Sarah and Bethany and I thought it might be best if you want a breakdown of the points and how you're going to achieve the trip. You should reach out to whoever enrolled you or your nearest leader or whoever, really doesn't matter. Reach out to them and we can break down the points together. But we do have a couple of examples. And then, of course, we have the booklet. So, in step one is 400 points. And that's going to unlock the gala ticket for you. So, a really good example that we came up with for this, and when I say we, I mean Sarah, because she was the calculator of the group, 26 customers at 11 months of 3 orders each equals 390 points, which maybe 26 feels a little overwhelming, but that's only 2.36 customers each and every month of the requirement, which is June. What is that? Let's go back for a second.
It started in July. So we're already a month in.
Yeah, July 1st. So yeah, technically, what do we have? 10 months left?
Well, we have
July.
all of this month, so 10 and a half months or so.
Perfect. So there we go. It's 3 customers then each month while this is running. Sarah, did you want to go over this? Or no, sorry, Bethany, I meant. This is the 600 points.
Oh, yeah. So, and just like what we discussed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at 600 points, you actually get to pack your bags and get ready to attend, right? And you guys have seen that by achieving step 2, you'll earn the ticket to convention, which is part of the 2-for-1 deal. But us leaders here, and some people that are not here right now, so like Sarah's team, Molly's team, Aspen's team, Dawn's team, and so on, we have decided that if you guys earn 600 points by December, we are going to gift $100 to you when you come to convention. And Heidi Ross's team. Heidi, I don't know if Heidi's here at the call. So that's an extra added bonus. That's not part of something Amari's doing. That's something we are offering to do because we know also that like money helps, right? It helps travel. You can put the 100 towards your room. You can put it towards your gala outfit, whatever you want to do, but you have to attend convention to collect the $100. Which is really exciting. We're hoping that it helps get so many people there. I think it's super cool.
And this is by December.
Yes.
So
So your December points will show up January 15th. So if you're freaking out on December that you have like 550 because it hasn't, we won't be, whatever's showing up on January 15th is what will be the 600 points because you get rank advancement and all that. Are there any questions about this? Ooh, I see Olivia's excited and Corey. Cool.
We can
I'm
make
glad
a
some people are
post.
excited.
And like
I
Nicole said, if you're like having a hard time trying to strategize how to even get 600, reach out to your upline or reach out to me. I'm more than happy to strategize with you, even if you're not on my team, because it really is attainable. 600, like if you just say 600, you're like, holy macaroni. But we were kind of doing this on a Zoom the other day, and I was just thinking of a bunch of different ways that you could collect 600 points. From just yourself or having leaders or whatever the mix is. So there's all kinds of ways to actually make this a reality.
absolutely.
Thank you, Corey.
Thanks for offering, Sarah, to help anyone
Yeah,
that needs.
absolutely.
Yeah, Sarah's really good with calculators and numbers. Bethany and I were just hanging on for dear life. So, Sarah, do you want to go over this one?
Oh, okay, sure. What is this? Okay, so this is 800 points. This is where you are going to get your, is this a 3-night stay? Yeah, so a complimentary
Yes.
3-night stay. You got your ticket to actual convention, you got a 3-night stay, and you got a gala ticket. Y'all, that right there, like that could have just been the trip in itself, like the whole trip. So the fact that we can earn convention and a Cabo trip, like if you're not hustling for this, I don't know what you're doing. Like this is mind blowing to me. So this is super exciting. And then at 1,000 points, you actually have the Cabo trip as well, which I was super excited that they brought it closer to home because Greece was just way too far away from us. So like I said, if you get all of this and then you also got that 600 before December, then you got $100 food voucher, or like Bethany said, you can spend that on a really amazing gown for yourself or however you want to spend it.
The 800 points in Canada too, you guys, because remember we pay exchange when we go down there. So hotels may not seem very expensive in the States. I mean, depending on what your budget is, I suppose. But then we add, the 40%. So I will be running my feet off to get these 800 points because there is no way I'm going to pass up the opportunity to have a free room.
Yeah. And I just want to say something like I had this like aha moment the other day of when you talk to people or like social media and you're presenting this as an opportunity for somebody. First of all, they want free travel. So talk about the business. Talk about the fact that you get 2 trips right now for one, excuse my one finger that's not painted. But also like even if they don't go to convention, even if they want 3 free nights at Disney World, that's still awesome. Obviously, we want them at convention. Like that's the whole purpose here, but to get 3 free nights at Disney World is pretty awesome.
It is. And the 2-for-1 deal, I have a lot of friends and other companies and what have you, and they've earned their free trips with their companies, and it is nothing like Amari's. So that's something else we can touch base on. Like when they say free, like second you get off the plane, I mean, of course you get your credit for the flight or whatever. But the second you get off the plane, you're not paying for anything unless you're buying something off resort or you're buying something at the airport. Like it is free. And that to me was wild. Is now I always
Awesome.
talk about the free room service. Not a convention, but at Cabo. All right, step 4. Did I double that? Yeah, so let's go here. So step 5 is 1,200 points. So just by earning 200 more points on top of what you've already done, you've already climbed the mountain, you've already got the 1,000 mark, just only 200 more, you're going to be able to bring one guest on the trip with you. So you get to pick a spouse, a friend, and kind of a little visualization tip or trick. So when we were getting ready to go, or when we first opened up for Mexico Path to Paradise, 2 Path to Paradises ago, as soon as it launched, I told my kids we were all going to Mexico. I actually even had my suitcase packed. We got home from Panama and I had washed everything and I stored it in my suitcase and I was like, oh, I'm packed for Mexico. Perfect. And that was part of like my manifesting tool, a little bit of a lazy one at that. But I told my kids, I told my husband, book it off for work. He has to book off vacations in January. So I was like, you have to book off this time because we're going to Mexico in November. Like you guys, I might have had 30 points when I had said that. So visualize yourself either telling the people that you're coming with, and whether it's a spouse or a child or a friend or a mother, whatever it is. I'm at like, what's it going to be like? How are you going to feel in your body when you get to invite them on a free vacation?
I like that point, but also like just I'm writing this down. I'm going to talk about this here in a second, like visualizing yourself and setting goals, but I'll touch on this real quick that write down, like brain dump right after this call. How is it going to feel when you actually earn these trips? What's it going to feel like when you step off that plane with your spouse or with your best friend? Like, what type of emotions are going to go through you? And visualize that from now until when you earn it.
It's the coolest feeling ever. And I was even thinking the other day, after watching Jill's strategy call, fiercely taking notes for all of our call, but just sitting there and thinking about, she was saying to visualize your toes crunching in the sand, drinking cold happy juice, and everybody's so happy because they're all on happy juice. Like that actually happens. These trips are made for relaxation. I think there's like 3 Amari events. Last year there was 2. It was like a welcome party and then a goodbye party. And then the year before we had a welcome, a goodbye, and then we had like a 2-hour meeting. So it was literally 5-ish hours of the whole week was Amari stuff, but the rest was just complete free time vacation, hang out with your friends, do content, like whatever you want. So we would spend a lot of time in the beach, squishing our toes in the sand, drinking cold happy juice with everyone. It was magical. And so imagine what it would feel like to be sitting at a table with 20 of us, hanging out and laughing with cross-line members, team members, etc.
The welcome party and farewell party is pretty fun though. Like
They're so fun. I love
it
that.
doesn't feel like an obligation. And my first year when we went, the event Amari had that was 2 hours was service. And it was really fun going into the towns in Panama and helping reconstruct a school for like they had a ground soil floor. It's insane. It's very memorable. And in Mexico, I ended up going on an excursion instead of the fundraising they were doing. It wasn't like a hands-on fundraiser, so I opted out and chose to do an excursion instead. So you have the option of doing that too. But every single year, I'm super impressed with the fact that it's not like a company vacation where you're attending all the company things. I will say when I did attend one of the company things, I don't know what trip it was, but I won a spa day. Just freaking awesome. So they give stuff out at the company stuff too.
Oh, that was at our meeting. You won the Jeopardy that we made you play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
With
guys like
cat
volunteered
hints.
me up.
Hey, Bethany, do you want to go over these points? Did
I
I
have to,
double them again now?
where the one right here.
Yeah, step 6 and step 7.
So step 6, just talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so plus up to $500 of airfare for one person. They did mention during convention, if you guys caught it, that this year Amari is going to take care of the airfare for us. So when you get to this step, you will let them know your location. Anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, but they are going to take care of all the booking, and they will do it on like with your travel points. So if you fly Alaska Airlines, you can still put your travel number in. That was really important to someone to collect their miles. So yeah, that's at 1,400 points. And you can bring one guest. If you have double accounts, like a partner, choose which one of you is going to be working towards the trip and try and get double on that before you move to the next one.
I want to point out too, I just noticed that that airfare is more than last year's. Last year's at this level was only 750. So they're giving us a pretty good decent amount for airfare. That should cover a lot of people's.
Yeah.
Yeah, even trips to Mexico from where I live, like if you get them soon enough, they're right around the $500-600 mark from Canada. So
Yeah.
it's
So
very reasonable.
so okay, it says up to 1,000. So basically it'll cover all of it, hopefully. Okay. I was thinking, would you have extra left over if that is like money in your pocket then? But no, probably not.
No, yeah, they do like tit for tat.
Okay.
But it's cool because that they're taking care of it, guys, because in the past you've had to pre-buy your airfare and it comes out of your paycheck and then you don't get reimbursed till the month you return from the trip, which has always just kind of sucked because then there's a high credit card month. And if you're like one of those people that likes to hit the zero on the credit card, it's hard to re-put it back. But yeah, I love that they're taking care of this ahead of time once we've earned the trip. So that way we don't have to have upfront costs, which also makes it super attainable for anyone despite the rank of your paycheck rank. Because let's see, my first year, I'd only hit gold when I earned this trip to Panama.
Mm.
I was only a gold goer.
It's crazy. Well, and then we have step 7. You made the ultimate destination. I love how intense that is. You get up to $1,000 to airfare credits. You get to bring your guest and you get the full 4 nights high treatment order. It's freaking amazing. And like Bethany said, like we went to Panama and yeah, I think I don't even know if I was platinum at that time. I might have been gold with her. Um, and it was what we're going to get into is ranking up gives you a massive chunk of points. So I don't know who, Sarah, you got the math brains. Do you want to go over the points?
Sure. 1 second. We got a big old dog coming in the room. Okay, so it's a little bit different than the last year. If you were really honed in last year on the trip points, you will notice that it is a smidge difference. You're still earning like the 5 points for the Happy Juice orders. As of right now, you're only earning for 3 consecutive months of a customer. I know last year they changed that. I think in the middle of the year, correct me if I'm wrong here. But when I came, they ended up changing it to 6 months. So we were earning 6 months of a customer, which was amazing. So
Yeah,
that
that was
is
a
longevity
promo.
too. Do what?
Yeah, that was a promo they did.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see that this year. That'd be awesome. Um, so that just goes to show like try to invest in your customers, that we're not always trying to get new customers, but also trying to keep the customers that we have. Give me 1 second.
Also, there's different, you can decide within this if you want to be stacking under helping people get to bronze, but make sure you have clear communication with the person that you are stacking under. I don't know if Sarah's back or not.
I am sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay.
It's bedtime. Um, so whenever you hit a new rank, you can kind of see those down on the right hand side. So bronze, you get 50, silver, you get 75, gold, 125, and so on. So those are just automatically added to your account on the 15th of the next month. You're still getting points, bonus points for wellness packs. So you not only will you get that PV from your PV over here on the left-hand side, but you'll also get an additional, is it 10 or 15 points, depending on which launch pack that person gets. So if somebody gets a wellness pack, you're looking at, I don't know, what's that math there? 35, because I think launch packs are like $4.99 or something. So you're getting 35 points just off of one wellness pack. I might be wrong on that. So,
No, I
but
think you got it.
regardless, wellness packs are a good chunk of points. What did you say?
I said, no, you got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this part is what is different than last year. So last year, like, let's say somebody under you got bronze, you as their enroller would get that same amount of points. So they're earning 50, but you would also earn 50. This year, they've almost cut it in half, which kind of irritates me, but that's okay. I understand. So instead of you getting 50, you would get 25 as their leader. They would still get their 50, you would just get 25. And then those are kind of broken down at the top. You can read them for yourself. But that's kind of how I just start. So you kind of have to like you have to decide, am I going for the trip, and at what point are you going towards? Are you really going for that 1600? Okay, so let's break it down. We have 10 and a half months left. Let's figure it out. Realistically, how many customers do you get every single month? Well, let's try to bump that up a little bit. Let's work a little bit harder these next 10 and a half months, and then we can kind of break it down. Who in your downline can hit bronze? Who in your downline can hit silver? And at what point can they hit silver? So there's a lot of strategy involved, but it honestly is not that bad. So if you're really wanting this, if this is something that is on your heart to do, um, let's do it. Like, let's make it happen because it's possible for each and every one of us here. I earned last year's trip in 3 months, and I did not earn it by myself. I earned it because I had leaders under me that were ranking up. I was helping them rank up. I was putting people underneath of them so they were ranking up. And because I did that, I'm not only helping their paycheck, but I'm helping my paycheck get higher, and I'm earning the trip. So it's possible.
I'm just trying to figure out, do you see under activity, it says new double order bonus points. Newly enrolled brand partners earn double order bonus points on their initial orders. I need to look into that and see what that means. Cause that looks really exciting. I don't know why I didn't catch that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll look into that and get back to you guys because that sounds like something I want to know about. I was
So,
just looking at my points and it's not just a brand partner enrolling. I didn't get double points for that.
I'll message Jill while we're on the call.
Oh, yes, please. All right, let's break
Huh.
this down a little bit. This is in the back of the Path to Paradise book. Okay, so any of you can go look at this at any time. Just gives you a guideline and breaks it down because 1600 points feels super overwhelming. I get in that mode where I'm like, wow, that's a lot. But when we actually look at it and break it down, like Sarah was just saying, it feels a lot better. So assuming each customer joins the 100 order, so a happy juice pack, and they consistently order 2 more months. So it's 3 orders total, right? It's either 3 months or 3 orders. And then each partner joins with a 400 pack, such as the wellness pack, and places 2 additional 100 PV orders. Let's say they order a wellness pack this month, they order happy juice the next, and happy juice the next. That's what these points are breaking down into. So to earn 1,000 points, 12 brand partners, again, an 11 month, well, 10 and a half-ish month time span now, depending on what you've already done, plus 26 customers, and help 2 of the 12 brand partners achieve silver, and that's 1,000 points. And then obviously you can look through the rest. The max out for 16 is 18 brand partners, 40 customers, and help only 5 of the 18 BPs achieve silver. If you're feeling overwhelmed by looking at this, you guys, we have all of the systems for this. We have silver chats, silver calls, silver this, silver that, silver everything. We have all of these systems. It is not up to you and you alone to help people rank up to silver. That's why you have an upline. That's why you have systems. That's why you have support. You bring them into the systems and we will all help you get them to silver. I'm saying that to myself too.
And something I want to point out, like, I know Corey just said that feels overwhelming, and I understand, like, I'm looking at it myself, I'm like, holy crap, like that is a lot. But really, when you break it down to 11 months, it's not that bad. I mean, if you look at the 12 brand partners, you're looking at 1 to 2 a month. 26 customers, you're looking at 2 to 3 a month for the next 11 months. But guys, if you're going for your focus on 5 every single month, if you hit focus on 5 from now on until June, you're taking care of your brand partners and customers. Now you just need to find who's going to run with you so you can help them rank up. Find the people that want this with you and help them rank, and it's just going to trickle up.
Well, so we've got this for you guys. It's gonna be your Catch Me in Cabo / Orlando check sheet if you choose, if you're a checker with a little gauge, the idea I stole from Jill. And this is 10 months. And then I've given you some examples, but I think when we feel overwhelmed, so this is what happened to me today, and we're gonna jump right in next call. Bethany and I have so graciously voluntold John to help because John was helping me with standards of success today. So I'm going to share that with you Monday with him. But I spent all day working. And when I talked to John and he checked in to see if I had did my standards of success, I hadn't checked off a single one, even though I was working all day. I didn't do a single income producing activity. So we need to really check ourselves. Are you spending too much time in the chat? Are you spending too much time on, and I'm not saying these things are bad, like checking in the chat's good, going to Zoom calls are good. But if you're not doing income producing activities, it's not effective for growing your business. It's not going to get you points. Being on Zoom calls, I wish gave points because I would have a lot. But we need to be doing income producing activities every single day. And you might even want to get to a point where you're prioritizing those before checking in the chat, before going to Zooms, before, I don't know, however you want to do it. For me, I just have to sit and focus and ignore messages and do these income producing activities because we get lost in the, I can make this or I can go to this call, et cetera, et cetera. So I was hoping that if we had something like this where you could write your action steps out and check them off, that maybe if you're a check off kind of person, this would be really helpful for you.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'll share a link in the comments.
So I'm a very visual person. So I'm talking to those people right now that are also visual like me. If I have a big goal, I make a poster board, a goal sheet. I've done it numerous ways. I've done it on a small 8x11 computer sized piece of paper, and I will do like little circles. And each circle is like an increment of, I don't know, 200 PV or 500 PV. And then on the side, I might have like 5 lines, and these are going to be my new customers of the month. And as I get a new customer, I might write down their name in that line. Even though I know what it is, like I can look in my back office and look at that every single day at any moment. The point is, it's now on my refrigerator or it's now on my bathroom counter. It's where I can see it every single day. So I'm reminded, where am I at? What am I working for? Um, and just visualizing that goal all the time until I reach it. I've done it where it's on a massive poster board and I've made it this very elaborate thing where you fill in whatever the case is, and I brought in my kids in it, and I've shown them, these are what mommy's working for. When I have meetings, this is what mommy's doing, this is why I'm doing it. And I've even put like scripture around it, and I've put affirmations on it, and you can just do it up however you feel necessary, whatever speaks to you. But I highly, highly encourage you to make some type of goal tracker vision board, whether it's for the next 11 months or it's by month. So make one for August, make one for September, or make one for, the 11 months. Whatever you need to do, I highly encourage it. I know Jill Sager is a huge believer in post-it notes, and I actually did that when I was going for platinum, and I hit platinum that month. So I had all my windows in my house were filled with post-it notes, and I had increments of, I think it was 250 PV. So for every 250 PV, we took down a post-it note. So that's why there were so many of them. And I even had post-it notes for like Power of One, me plus three, focus on five. And I had it all for not only my account, but also my husband's account. So every single day, the entire family saw the goals and we got to watch it. And it's just something so powerful about just seeing it and visualizing it in your home every day.
I agree.
Am I off mute?
110%. Yep.
I was gonna say too, even something like, so for rank advancement, right? Kendra, I like your hair. I don't know if you changed it, but it looks good. For rank advancement, we celebrate just like even the silver, even gold, even platinum, we go out to Mexican food. And it's just something we do to bring my family in on our goals. It's something attainable and easy. So maybe you get the Amazon Mickey ears and you put them on your wall, and your family gets to all put them on if you're bringing your family when you hit that 600. It's so freaking cool, you guys, to get your kids in on it. Like Hawkins just asked me the other day, because Diamond has been our goal forever. He asks me what my volume is for this month and what I'm like the projected is. And this month it's not near it. And he's just like, oh man, come on, mom. And it's just like, he becomes the voice inside my head, and a deeper reason for my why, right? So it helps me go even. It's awesome to get the family in on it, or friends in on it, even just sharing your goals. At leadership retreat, we had someone share that their husband just doesn't recognize anything she does. She feels undervalued, that kind of thing. But in that case, if that's you, you make it like, okay, when we hit this amount of points, we're going to have a pizza night on the carpet, like not at the dinner table, and just get the family excited, right? It's just fun to do that.
It is. It's so fun. I like my kids ask me all the time, like, so where are we going this year? Where are we going? What are we doing? What are we doing? When are we going? Is Bethany's kids coming? What I was gonna say to that, I think too, like with the post-it notes and the sticky notes, it is all so important for that visualization piece. I love the sticky note and the pull down. And I think the piece that I was missing is what's going to be coming on Monday for you. So it feels overwhelming, 1,600 points, absolutely. Divide them by divide them by a quarter, then divide them by each month, divide it by a week, and then divide it by a day. So let's say you need a quarter of an enrollment each day. All right. So you don't need full enrollment every day. You just need a quarter of an enrollment. Right. It sounds weird. So what action steps do you need to take today to start working on that quarter of enrollment? So if your goal was a couple of enrollments a week, that doesn't mean every day, but you have to take the action steps you guys take a day off too with your family. I understand that. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't mean you need to live and breathe Murray, but divide it by the day, by the hour, by the minute if you have to, but doing the action steps is the key. That's the piece that whenever I don't hit a goal, I'm like, looking back, I'm like, well, how many people have I actually contacted in the last 2 months? And I'll go look through my inbox and it's like 10 people. Okay, that's not enough. Statistically speaking, one in every 10 out of 10 people, one person will say yes. So kind of use that statistic. If you want focus on 5 this month, how many conversations do you need to have? You need to have 50 conversations if you want to have focus on 5.
And I think we get stuck, like all those conversations have to be on social media, and that is so false.
Me too.
That we get stuck, like I have to make a reel today, or I have to get on Facebook and connect with somebody. And although that's amazing, and there's a lot of leaders that are very successful at that, I think there's just something to say about human connection. So even if you're a stay-at-home mom, like you take your kids to a park, probably, right? Don't just be on your phone sitting there. Like, get in, start playing with your kids. And guess what? If other moms start seeing you play with their kids or your own kids, there something is going to spark. There's going to be conversations that spark up wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. So don't be weird though, and like say, "Oh, I saw Amari," but the conversations will happen. where it will lead to happy juice, I guess is what I was trying to say.
I was thinking when I'm at the park and I see a mom on their phone, I'm like, sweet, I can just be on my phone too. But then if they're off the phone, I'm like, damn, I can't be on my phone now. They'll look like the better mom than me. So start that trend. I'm gonna start that trend from now on. So what questions do we have? What feelings are coming up? We did the thought model call. If you guys are having feelings, we need to go. If you're having some thoughts, we need to go work through them.
I
I
also,
think,
oh, go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Sarah.
I just want to say this is something that I personally do, and I don't know, you know, everybody's faith is probably different on here, but if you are somebody with faith, I pray for my business and I pray specifically for my business. We own a chiropractic clinic and I do it. I've done it since day one, since we opened the doors. And I'm very specific of what I would like to see, down to like how many new patients do I want to walk through our office this week, down to what are our collections going to be. And I do the same thing for Amare. Sometimes he answers, sometimes he doesn't. But at the end of the day, it's on his terms, and I have to be okay with that. But the Bible specifically says, ask and you will receive. So it might not be this month that I receive what I'm asking for. It might not be 6 months from now, but eventually he will. And you have to be okay with that. But I also go back to like, I don't know why this analogy always sticks with me. We might feel like a broken record when we're always asking for the same thing. You might be like, oh, God doesn't really want me to do that. But how many times do your little kids ask for like a treat? Like all day, every day, right? Do you always say yes? No, but do you always say no? Every now and then you might say yes, right? And it could be like the fifth time they've asked for a cookie. And eventually you're like, yes, I'll give it to you. Same thing here. So you never know when he's going to bless you. So keep asking.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna go back to this too. And Sarah, I really, really loved that. My meditation this morning was on like abundance within God and making a living. And it wasn't about making money. It was more like the term making a living. Like you have to live, and what is your time worth to you? What is the money worth to you? And the money in the hands of good people does good things. So maybe you don't have time to go out and help like the poor. I don't know what their example was, but you have time then to give with the money you are making and he is blessing you with. But what I was going to say is talking about the business, you guys. If you want to attain this trip by December, I would be talking about the business. I don't even, at least not anymore, in my stories every now and then I'll say like there are 3 more days to join free with me as brand partner. But because reels and posts get seen so delayed, like even a week later, I don't put that kind of stuff in my posts because I want to attract the kind of people that see the value in joining for $69, right? And I don't sit there if there is a sale in 2 days and Sarah comes to me today and it's $69. I don't say, hey, it's going to be free in 2 days. Let's wait. I get them on board right now. Because in 2 days, when it's free, they can start their business with that sale. And you never know what's going to come up for them within those 2 days where all of a sudden they back out and they no longer see that as a blessing, where the universe and God was putting this in their hands, knowing that in 2 days they could make $500 because they won't see it that way. They'll see that that money they were going to spend on Happy Juice, they now need for this. It's that example of God sending you a helicopter, a crane, a boat, etc. during a flood, and the person that's drowning saying, no, don't worry about it. God will save me. I don't need a boat. I don't need a crane. And then you get up to heaven and he's like, what the fuck, God? I said, I thought you'd save me. And he's like, I sent a crane, a boat, a helicopter, and you said no to it all. So just always be talking about the business, and you don't have to make it like, hey, this is my business. I've been doing a lot of posts almost daily on it, just as an example, if you ever need help. Like sometimes it's just John and mine's feet on the couch on the ottoman, and we're all just sitting. And I'm like, right now during this hour, I get to take 15 minutes to work because I played with my kids all day. Right. And that's what it means to me. So getting deep, kind of like you do about the product and how it's helped your anxiety, your depression, maybe your joints, and how you guys layer that and give examples of what this money and income is going to do for you. And I've been trying to go in the chat and coach on that kind of daily. But you personally enrolling builders will help you attain the trip a lot faster too, because they will be enrolling. Not to mention with that, your paycheck goes up. Not to mention with that, your time freedom goes up. All of it. Abundance in every aspect. Plus, when I look at everyone here, I think it's so cool to think about how I wouldn't know all of you if not for the person that said yes to me. Right? So there are still so many people that are going to join your teams that you don't even know yet that might be because of someone else that you're going to enroll tomorrow. Does anyone have any comments or questions? Sorry.
Second, something negative comes up, go do a thought model on it. You do not want to be sitting at your house on October, I don't remember the date, 17th, wishing that you would have just pushed through it. Because I know a lot of people did that at convention. We got so many text messages that was like, I wish I was there. I should have just came. Frig, why didn't I come when we were in Vegas? And I don't want to see you guys do that with Orlando or Cabo this time.
Yeah, take to the thread, do the thought model. I actually avoided the thought model for like months, and I was supposed to be doing it every day in the mastermind, you guys. And I was like the little liar in the chat that was like, oh yeah, I'm doing the thought model. And so I avoided practicing my convention speech till like 2 weeks before. And finally I'm like, Nicole, I need help. And she ran me through it. And it turned my whole perspective around on what getting up on stage would look like for me. And I went into practicing every single frickin' day from then on out because I was able to reframe my thinking, realizing the lies my brain was telling me and that the outcome could be positive. So don't avoid it. Don't be Bethany. Freaking procrastinator.
It's just so easy to work through because then when you're like, you write down all your thoughts, all of the negative ones, the results lead to nothing. The results lead to nothing. It always leads, I mean, essentially always leads to nothing or business failure or not having what you want. But any positive thought literally gives you the action steps. It's going to tell you you're going to feel better. And the results are not nothing. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to go enroll 30 brand partners because you did the thought model, but you have 100% more opportunity to enroll brand partner when you take those action steps that you run through the thought model with an empowering thought. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I did post the replay in our chat. Just like search coaching and it should come out, or in our group, sorry, Facebook group.
Can I get a group photo? Is anyone that wants to be on it, turn their camera on?
You should see my hair.
Ashley or Jen, Corey, do you guys want on? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Perfect. I'll send it in all the chats. You guys, it's a total, I put the Canva into